Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Did you ever go out with a guy, it was probably the first date where you had this great chemistry. You were really attracted. The conversation was amazing. You had so many things in common, or so you thought. And at the end of the date, you're like, I think I could have, I think this could be the one. This is the kind of guy I've been looking for. And then the guy says, you know what? I'll call you. And you're like, great, because you believe when somebody says they're going to call you, then they actually will. And then the next day, you wait by the phone. The next day, you wait by the phone. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And invariably, he never calls. And you're like, WTF. And then you go to your girlfriend's like, I don't understand it. He was so into me. We had this great chemistry. He said he was going to call. And then he goes ghost. Well, if that's ever happened to you, I want you to pay close attention, because today's video is going to shine some amazing light on what you can do so that you never put yourself in that position again. So this is how it works. You go out on a date. The guy says, I'm going to call you. Now, instead of you getting all excited, great, he's going to call me. Oh, he loves me. He's going to call me. This is it. Instead of doing that and getting all excited, what you do is you just sit back and in your mind, or not in your mind, you actually say to him, that's great. Just curious, when can I expect your call by? And I'm going to say that again. Just curious, when can I expect your call by? See, you didn't put a gun to his head. You didn't say, listen, tell me when you're going to call. I want you to call. You didn't do anything, right? He volunteered that out of his mouth on his own. Now, here's how it works. Just because he volunteered it and said it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I know that's going to burst your bubble. It's going to get you it's going to shock you that a guy will actually say he's going to call and he's not. I'm going to be quite transparent. There was a time in my life, in my early 20s, that I sometimes did that, where I went out with a girl and I knew she wasn't the one for me. But instead of being honest or saying nothing, I volunteered that, you know what, I'll call you. I said, I had a nice time, I'll call you. And I know it was wrong, and I know it was not the right thing to do, and I know it was shitty and all that, but I was immature, and I'll be the first to admit it. And then when it started happening to me, I was like, oh, that's not good. Like, if you don't want to go out with me, just tell me you don't, like, just tell me the truth, right? Because that's all we want is the truth. But not everybody shares the truth. And I'm going to tell you why is very often a guy doesn't tell you the truth is because he knows it's not what you want to hear, and it's going to upset you, or it's going to get you angry. And so he just takes the easy, wimpy way out. So that's just how it is. But you want to understand that you can use that to your advantage. So when a guy says, I'm going to call, in your mind, you go, are you really? And if you are, show me. And that's the purpose of that question. I'm just curious, when can I expect your call by? Now, if he's genuinely serious about calling you and getting to know you, he will say, I'll give you a call by Wednesday. And either does or he doesn't. If he's full of crap, he has no intention of calling you, he'll say, and you'll see he'll start to fumble. I'm kind of busy this week. And he'll start making excuses, which is a big sign, big red flag right there. Or he'll do that and he'll go, by the end of the week. Okay. And now you're getting in your mind going, oh, this guy's probably full of crap. And then you simply wait. You go live your life and you see if he calls. Okay. If he calls, great. If he doesn't call, he's showing you getting to know you is not a priority, and keeping his words, having integrity, keeping his agreements is not important for him. Now, if you're going to have a long-term, successful, fulfilling relationship, it is absolutely vital that you find a guy who keeps his word and keeps his agreements. And I know based on where you're at now, you're like, yeah, but they're like Santa Claus, or, they're like the abominable snowman. They don't exist, or Bigfoot. They don't exist. Well, trust me, there are good guys who do that, because one of the ways you'll recognize the good guy when he comes along is he's going to keep his word. He's going to keep his agreement. He's going to do what he says and says what he does. That's just what men do. Okay. But you got to use that to your advantage. You got to be able to differentiate and screen the boys from the men. And asking this one question is going to make things so much tremendously easier for you in your love life. So that's all you got to do. I'm going to give you a call. Great. Just curious, when can I expect your call by? And either he does or he doesn't. Now, if he doesn't, if he calls you 2 weeks later with some bullshit excuse, then you know what? If you continue to pursue that relationship, then that's on you. Okay, you can't blame him 6 months, a year down the road when he's still an asshole, when he's not showing up, when he's jerking you around and he's still treating you like a convenience. Because he showed you from the very beginning, you know what? You're not a priority. I don't respect you, and I'm going to do what I want because that's what's convenient for me. He's showing you that right off the bat. So if you continue to do that, that's on you, not on him. Make sense? So here's your homework. Take a little mirror time. In the past, has this happened to you? Has a guy said, I'm going to call you? And did you wait by the phone? And did he call? And if he called, did you continue to allow yourself to pursue him? Again, do not make yourself wrong because you want to learn from this. It's never a mistake. It's an expensive learning lesson. And if so, how is using this one sentence, how could it have made things so much better, so much easier back in the day? So once you do that, go ahead, take that mirror time and put your questions, comments, and feedback in the box below. As always, an honor, privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.